Hey, what's going on YouTube? So this video is going to be about the daily quests that you get at the beginning of each 24-hour period. So there are essentially two approaches to this. One would be just for pure speed, and the other would be for efficiency. So the speed route consists of taking advantage of somewhat of a glitch within the dungeon. So what you can do is you go into the dungeon, you go into your season, and then you just play any one of your previous battles. So what you're gonna do is you need to make sure that the speed on here is all the way up to 2. Don't worry about this one. And then you're going to stop it during the middle of it. So what that causes is the game to speed up itself. So as you can see, the flapping of the wings and all that, everything is slightly sped up. Um, you'll kind of notice if you were to go back in the video and then go forward, you'll see that the wings are flapping a lot faster now. So it causes kind of a speed up effect. So what this does for you is it makes it so you can do actions outside of battling that much faster. Unfortunately, it doesn't increase your battle speed. So what you want to do from here is essentially you kind of pick a place on the map that has the most different elements of some sort on there, and just go ahead, go into it, and quick loot. So it just basically it speeds things along, and you can just quick loot through things, and that gets you through um, the different elemental dungeons here. So you got crypt, you got forest, you got fire, and you got ice. So those four, you just have to do those each 3 times, and that'll complete that portion of it. What I would suggest while doing it speed heavy, there is one in here. I probably should have shown you. There is one in here that it wants you to use a hero's friend ability. So for that, you actually will have to go into the dungeon, but leave that for last, because as soon as you enter a dungeon, the speed boost is gone and everything kind of returns back to normal speed. So, and same thing for raids as well. So still having the speed on, you go ahead and go and complete those. And I suppose you could reinforce the chest in the dungeon as well. So I'll go through this in my favorite method, which is efficiency, after this. So don't worry about not being able to see it. So crafting, upgrading, all that is still affected through the speed boost, although it's not necessarily needed because all three of these things are pretty quick in and of themselves. So once you finish the dungeons and you craft, reinforce the chest in the dungeon, and then you can go to, um, this would be a good time to go to the free dungeons. So if you don't have this unlocked yet, let me take a look here. So it looks like level 20 is when you get XP Island and Gold Island unlocked. So XP Island and Gold Island, for those of you that don't know, have at the very top every day they have a 0 uh, energy dungeon. So you can do this once a day, and then it kicks you down to the next one. And all these can only be done once a day. So Gold Island and XP Island um, can both be ran. Usually Evo Island is another 0 energy dungeon as well, but since there's an event going, I'm unable to access it. But I would suggest using this one as your remaining fire, and then use a friend's ability through that way, just to save that much more. So definitely utilize these when doing your daily. And then past that, once you've used your uh, friendly ability here, the last thing you'll have is the 4 dungeon. Where are you at? The 4 dungeon raids, PvP raids, and then you will be able to collect all these at once. So what I suggest, you'll notice here that there is a 50 energy that you get towards the end. What I tend to do, especially during events, during quest events, I like to do all of these and not, or turn in all of these and then leave the energy one for last, because if you're not over like I am here, um, that's free energy that's being regenerated. So if you were to just wait, spend the energy that you do from quick looting here, and you're at a deficit, below, like mine max is 115. So you're below that, it's going to recharge. So what I suggest is you actually save it until it's fully recharged, and then you take the energy, because you're already getting that energy for free. And I mean, that's what this whole channel is about, is about saving up, basically being as efficient as possible to not have to buy anything. So let it recharge to max. So I would let it get to 115 after I did all my daily quests, and then I would take this 50 energy and make it go past, get it to 165 out of 115 up here. So that's what I usually do. But at that point, you can turn everything in, and you will get your crowns for your guild, which is also at level 20, is when that capability is unlocked. And essentially what crowns do, I'll cover this in the guild video, but I'll just go ahead and show you guys this who don't know. So if you get crowns, and my guild's always at the top, that's kind of our thing. But if you look at the rewards, the placement doesn't really matter. If you get to 1200, that's maxed out. So that's pretty much all you need to do. But you get these rewards based on that, and you can just kind of scroll through this. Anyone can view it through the leaderboard. If you want to look more in depth, you just go over to the guild tab here and just do crowns, and you can see the rewards that are available. So it's really handy. You get, the 25. If you're at the top, you get 25 tokens for a gold hero, and it rotates. It's not that same hero every time, similar to the dungeon. So that is the speed way. So the efficient way would consist of, for example, I have I'm playing with a team currently right now for the tower, and I'm wanting to get Zola ascended and get her epic up. So what I'm doing is I am simply going to her character, her hero card, if you want to call it that, go over to the Ascend tab, and I'm actually clicking on these Evos that she needs, and I'm basically scrolling down to the bottom, because that's just, in my opinion, the higher chance, because I'm assuming they have more rooms than the lower level ones do, plus XP. And then essentially what I do is I pick, according to whatever I'm missing. So this um, I do this dungeon for, the 2 that are for 3, and then I do this for 3, and then I don't think this one, unfortunately, isn't part of it. So this is a mountain dungeon, which isn't part of the 4. So unfortunately, I can't do that. And obviously, this is all crypt dungeon, which is already taken care of over here. So that's essentially what I do. And then since I'm at the level that I am, I have a lot of I want like epics and stuff like that, and the building components of epics consist a lot of tokens, or totems rather. So what I do is I finish up the rest of them. So usually the fire and the forest ones I finish up here, and every single time you go to a boss island, which boss island is unlocked at level 50. It looks like. So every single boss island dungeon that you go into, that you complete, it rewards you one totem every time. So I try to run these on mine because that's going to lead to the epics that I want to upgrade later on. I guess real quick for those who don't know what epics are. So once you get your hero to level 50, and let me show one that's not complete actually. Once you get your hero to level 50 and you ascend them twice, if not all heroes have epics, but if they have an epic, it then unlocks that path for it. Let me see if I can find one that's lower. Level 1. So it looks like this. So I have upgraded it once, which was probably just this material here and a totem. And that just unlocks the bare minimum 10% chance of their epic attack happening when you do basic attacks, is essentially what that is. So as you can see here, there's already totems involved. So that's what that's about. And then as you get further along, these totems take more of all elemental totems in the crafting here. I'll show you real quick. So that's the reasoning for mine. You might not be at that point, so you might have something else. So the other thing you could do if you're not at the epic stage, the epic, I guess they just call them epic. I was going to say weapons, but epic stage, or maybe even the ascension stage, you can go for tokens. You know, if you're trying to maximize the stars on your early level heroes. See if I can find one here. Well, I guess you get the picture. You can just go to whatever hero you're wanting to max out. So let's say Zerk, maybe you're wanting to play some goblins. You know, just go to their character, click on this icon right here, and it'll show you all the dungeons that you can get their tokens. So you can kind of, there's 3 options here. You have a crypt, you have ice or water, and then you have a forest dungeon. So you can just kind of play with that and just be as efficient as possible. But same thing for this one as well. Just no matter what you're doing, always do, I would suggest, do the 0 energy dungeon first, and don't forget to use your friend's ability in order to get that knocked out, because if you don't do it here, you're probably going to forget because you're just going to auto battle. It happens to me all the time, and it's just one more dungeon that you have to do. And remember, you're trying to save, you're trying to let your energy build up to max so you can go over max, so that you build on top instead of wasting energy on something that was already going to automatically build up for you anyways. So yeah, that's essentially what I do. As far as my daily challenge, I tend to go to the 0 energy dungeons, and then whatever I'm needing or whatever I'm working on at that time, I go into those dungeons, knock those out, do my PvP, reinforce my chest, and do all that. So that's it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Leave a comment if you have any questions, or have a comment. You know, subscribe if you like my content to follow more, and like the video if you liked it. That's all I have to say. So I appreciate it. Thank you. Bye bye.